G'day and welcome to Aussievision. I'm Mike, and today, along with some of our Aussievision contributors, we'll be going over the ESCZ songs, the national selection songs from the Czech Republic. So without further ado, let's head off to some of our team members. I'm here with Imma, Kyriakos and Cooper today. How are we doing, guys?
Good, thank you.
That's good. Now, before we start and getting into the nitty gritty, let's have a quick little talk about overall impressions of the songs that are presented from Czech Republic this year. Imma, what were your overall impressions of the ESCZ songs?
I was very impressed, actually. There wasn't one song that I hated at all. I was really impressed with the seven. And in fact, the first song that I listened to ended up being my bottom ranked, and I never would have picked that when I first listened to it. So, I thought it was very strong entries from the Czech Republic.
Yeah, not often you'll get a national final where you just particularly like all the songs. What about yourself, Cooper? What was your impressions on these?
Yeah, out of the three national finals we've had, I've heard the songs. This is top of the rank at this point. I think it's a lot of indie music and a lot of indie artists. So that's really exciting to see a lot of genres being played at ESCZ.
Yeah, no, definitely. They seem to have had this sort of format for a few years here now, and it seems to really be working for them. Kyriakos, what did you think of what the Czechs are presenting this year?
Yeah, I was also impressed. It's a nice selection of various music genres, like Avril Lavigne. Yes, she's now her own music genre, to rock bands, dance pop, and a bit of quirk as well. It was really good.
Yeah, no, look, I'm going to agree. I thought the difference between the very top one and the very bottom one in my ranking, not that much, to be honest. So good, strong selection. All right, so we got all of the Aussievision team to vote, and we'll be running over the top three songs that were voted the highest. Now, number 3 from the team was the Valentines with Stay or Go. Now, we have a 12 points on this one from one of our contributors here, Kyriakos, and we also have one of our low point givers on this call as well. So, Kyriakos, what struck you with the Valentines?
Yeah, it was my favorite out of all of them. It just reminds me of the late 2000s when I was at uni, like that kind of music genre I was listening to in my uni days. It's a fun track with an infectious chorus that I think is what carries it through. It's a bit similar to like Malawi from 2019 as well. So, and that got Czech Republic to the grand final and just outside the top 10 and a second best entry at Eurovision. So who knows? Yeah,
well, if the formula worked then, no reason why it shouldn't this time. Emma, what were your impressions on the Valentines?
Yeah, I loved this. Yes, like Kyriakos, it reminded me of, some of those indie pop bands, Our City, Walk the Moon, that kind of 21 Pilots a little bit. I got a bit of that vibe too. I just really enjoyed listening to it. It made me feel happy. And I enjoyed the video. I think it's probably one of those songs where you'd have to do a fair bit on the stage with it. It is quite simple. But yeah, there was just something about it that spoke to me, and it's a song that I'd listen to again.
Oh, well, it obviously struck a chord with you too. All right, let's go to the other side of the coin. Now, Cooper, you were one of the team members who gave this 0 points out of the 7 selection.
Yeah.
What wasn't working for you with the Valentines?
Yeah, I mean, there's the best part of this national final. There isn't anything like wrong as per se. It's just not on the high of my favorites. It is that real familiarity with that kind of genre, how it's the composition of it all. It is quite simple, but yeah, I just don't, that kind of music doesn't just strike a chord with me.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Look, I have to say it wasn't towards the top of my list either. I'm going to reiterate simple. I thought it was just a little bit simple on particularly lyrically, a little bit clunky. And also, I think they tried to soup it up with a bit too much production in there. Sounds like there's a lot going on sometimes. But overall, again, pleasing song. And I think, one of those ones that will probably do quite well with the voting. Now, I have to say for the teams 1 and 2, they did really scoot away from the rest of the field. So the number 2 song as voted by the Aussievision team was Are Domi and Lights Off. Now, we have a 12 points for this one as well. So we'll start off with that one. Emma, this was your favourite of the selection.
Yes, I just really enjoy this. This is my kind of song. I just thought this is so now, it's current. If I heard it on the radio, I'd be bopping along driving. I just really enjoyed how it built up into something from the sort of a slow, quiet beginning. I just really enjoyed it. I think this would look great on the stage, some great dance opportunities. Yeah, loved it.
No, you're certainly not alone. I think this one got quite a reaction online as well. Kyriakos, what did you think of Are Domi?
Yeah, I had them in my top 3 as well. And I'll admit, I heard the studio first and I was like, oh crap, how's this going to work live? But their live performance, the vocalist did a really good job. I think it really would work well on stage. It's a punchy bop. And I would be really happy if they got selected.
Yeah, no worries. And Cooper, what about yourself, mate?
Yeah, it was that live performance that really pushed it up for me, because we've seen a lot in Eurovision that EDM genre can be a hit or miss quite often. More often than not, it's going to be a miss. But with that live performance, she really performed it really well. I think it was entertaining the full 3 minutes, even in those instrumental breaks.
Yeah, we'll have to agree, guys. Total feel-good song, isn't it? It is familiar, but it doesn't feel tired and old. It's still fresh and modern. I think you're right. The band does give it, and the vocalist in particular gives it a real focal point. And where EDM can struggle on stage, I think these guys have got something that will probably work pretty well. So as voted by the team, the number 1 song for ESCZ this year was Giudi with Jezinky. Now, this one's caused a bit of a stir online. Now, we do have a 12 points in the call for this one. That's from me, but we'll probably get to me last. We'll kick it off with Cooper this time. What did you think of Jezinky?
Yeah, I really liked it, surprisingly, because there's barely a song in there. I feel like it's more of a art performance than it would be a song performance. It's not something I would listen to on Spotify, but for the Eurovision stage, it's really, really well for it. Suits well.
Yeah, well, definitely going to have to agree with that one. Emma, what were your impressions there of Giudi?
Yeah, look, I'd have to agree with Cooper. It's based on a studio version. It's not something that I'd want to listen to, but you can see it's definitely something that's for the stage. And, I felt like I was watching an episode of Game of Thrones at times when I was watching the video for that one. But there's something, her voice is hauntingly beautiful. There's definitely something about it that you could do a lot with on the stage. So there's a lot of, it was a little bit down my rankings. I think I had it ranked 4th, but I can certainly see you could do a lot with this, and I wouldn't have an issue if it was the winner.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. I think first impression with this one, sometimes it's either going to be hit and miss for some people. Some people are going to go, wow. Some people are going to go, what? Yeah. So, Kyriakos, what were your impressions there of Jezinky?
Yeah, I don't know where to start, because initially, I wasn't so sure, but over the week, it's really grown on me. I'm convinced that there's something so magical about the song. And then I did hear the Eurotrip boys interviewed her as well, and she talked about the song, that she put a magical formula and a spell inside the song to captivate people, and I was just enthralled straight away. And every time I listen to it now, I get goosebumps. There's something really special about this song. I can't pinpoint it, but would love to see what a Eurovision audience would think about it if she made it there.
Yeah, well, I don't know what she's put in there, but the spell has worked on me, definitely. It was my 12 points. And I think the reason why, it was just so intriguing from the very start. It got my attention. And I mean, they're all good songs here, but some of them, they're pretty familiar formats or familiar genres. This is something very, very different. I'm going to concur with you, Cooper. I don't know how much of a song is actually here to hold on to. So I don't know if it was to get the tickets. Maybe the juries are a bit, what's going on here? But certainly there's visual opportunities to make this a real Eurovision performance kind of thing. So it's very unique and something that can really make the Czechs stand out. So I'm not surprised the team did vote at top. Now, what about some other songs in there? Was there anything that perhaps captured you apart from the ones that we've just talked about there? Cooper, we haven't had your 12 points. What was your winner there?
Yeah, my 12 points is probably my favorite song we've heard so far for 2022. It's Annabelle with Running Out of Time. It's that return of that pop rock that's rising in with Olivia Rodrigo in the mainstream, return of Avril Lavigne in the mainstream. And it's been brought over to Eurovision, and it's just a fun, punchy song, and it really hits all 3 minutes through. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's definitely energy there, and you're right. I don't know, it seems nostalgia rock for some people. I don't know, it feels like yesterday for me. I still remember who Avril Lavigne is. And now, Emma, anything in there that caught your attention that we haven't discussed?
Yeah, I would add Jordan and Imma, By Now. That was one where I've heard the first little bit of it and thought, nah, don't like this. And then I was actually drawn in by the video and the story that they were telling. And at the time, I didn't realise they were actually a couple. And of course, when I thought, okay, this makes sense, because I could really pick up that chemistry between them. And I thought, this has got something for the stage. You could definitely tell a story here. And I think it's got enough moments in it that it would really build into a big sort of highlight on the stage. I think so. While I don't rate the studio version much at all, but I think you could do a lot with this package, and I really enjoyed their performance.
Duets are such a thing where chemistry matters so much,
Yes.
doesn't it?
Yeah, they've definitely got it.
Yeah, absolutely. When I saw the visual, listening to the song, I was a bit, I don't know about this one, because I do feel she's a bit of a better vocalist than he is. But when you see them together, perhaps the whole thing blends a bit better. And Kyriakos, what about yourself, mate? What did you, anything that catch your eye?
I'm with Emma there. Jordan and Emma with By Now. I noticed the Twitter fandom going a bit crazy with the song as well. And it's an interesting performance that really depends on the couple's chemistry together that makes it work. And it's another song that's grown on me over the week too. Is it not top-notch production, I feel, overall, and something different if they did send it to Eurovision.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, you know, duets are always popular as well. I have to say the one for me that I want to mention is Elis Mraz with ANNABELLE. You know, it's not everyone's cup of tea, and that rap vocal style she has isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea. Also makes it probably sound a little busy, but I thought it was a real strong opening from the song. Gets your attention. You know, whether it holds it for the entire 3 minutes, I'm not sure. But she's also got a lot of personality and a lot of visual sort of spunk. So I can imagine that coming across well if we ever got to see that one live. All right, so that is our little discussion for ESCZ, guys. So I don't know, we'll see. I think it looks like a race between Are Domi and Giudi at this stage, but who knows? It is the Czechs. We've got an international jury, a domestic jury, and some jurors. So we don't know how this one will go, but some excellent songs in there. But thanks very much for joining us, guys, and we will catch you all later. You have a great day. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.